Have you ever asked yourself why it hurts so deeply? Why, even when life looks fine on the outside, you still carry this quiet heaviness in your chest? This invisible ache that whispers something is missing. You might have tried it all meditation, advice from friends pretending you're okay, and yet the suffering lingers like a shadow that won't let go. Well, I am here to tell you something few have dared to say. Most of your pain doesn't come from the world around you. It comes from within, from the part of yourself you've buried, silenced, or denied. Carl Jung, a pioneer of psychology, once said, "What you do not bring to consciousness appears in your life as fate." And that's exactly what you're experiencing. Life keeps trying to teach you, but you refuse to listen. You run. You distract yourself. You hide behind addictions, temporary escapes, and empty relationships. You keep telling yourself it'll pass, but it never does, right? Because pain doesn't disappear when ignored. It asks to be seen. It asks to be heard. This video isn't another feel-good, surface-level message. I'm not here to hand you a few motivational quotes and send you on your way. I'm here to challenge you to confront what you've hidden even from yourself. Just give me a few minutes of your time. That's all I need to show you why you hurt so much and how to end it, not through tricks, but through awareness. Maybe you feel like you're at your lowest. Maybe you smile in public but scream when no one's watching. Maybe you've grown used to the ache, like it's become a part of you. Whatever your story is, there's one hard truth you need to hear. The pain continues because you haven't yet dared to face its root. And that root lies deep inside. Jung spent his life studying this inner terrain. He understood that only by walking into your own darkness can you find real light. So, if you're willing to go there with me, I make you one promise: you will not leave this video the same. You will walk away with a new understanding of yourself, your suffering, and your freedom. Let's begin. You think you suffer because of your boss, your partner, the pressure from society, the lack of money. And yes, those things hurt. But the deeper suffering, the kind that keeps you up at night and follows you in silence, comes from one place: losing yourself. You believe the greatest tragedy is to live a life that isn't yours. And that's exactly what you've been doing. Since childhood, you were trained to fit in, to be accepted, to please others. Slowly, you stopped being you. You became a mask. You quieted your needs, swallowed your truth, suppressed your anger, denied your grief. And now you carry a pain you can't even describe. A silent ache that eats away at you. This is the pain of disconnection, of not recognizing the face in the mirror. You've become so used to playing a role that your soul, which cannot be fooled, is screaming in other ways, through anxiety, insomnia, apathy, guilt. Emotional suffering is not weakness, it's a signal that you're betraying your essence. Don't get it twisted. It's not failure that hurts. It's the pressure to become someone you're not. It's not loneliness that stings. It's losing sight of who you are when you're alone. It's not others who wound you, it's you. Every time you abandon yourself to keep others comfortable, as long as this inner split exists, suffering will never leave. You're trying to fix an external wound when the real wound is internal. But here's the truth. Pain is not punishment. It's a wake-up call. Jung said suffering is the beginning of transformation. It exists to push you back to yourself. And that journey begins the moment you stop running and start listening to what you've silenced, buried, and forgotten. In the next part, we'll talk about the most feared and freeing force in the psyche, what Jung called the shadow. The part you avoid at all costs, but which holds the key to your healing. If you're ready to stop suffering, you must face it. If what you're hearing resonates, consider subscribing. Thank you for your presence. You want the pain to stop, but you're always treating the symptoms, never the source. Anxiety, guilt, rage, sadness, you see these as flaws, as enemies to be conquered. But here's the truth. Your real enemy isn't out there. It lives in you. Carl Jung called it the shadow, and everyone has one, including you. It's made up of everything you've suppressed: your forbidden desires, your rejected emotions, your masked ambitions, your hidden fears. It's the version of you you didn't allow yourself to become, and it's still there, lurking. The more you ignore it, the stronger it becomes. Think about those moments you lashed out for no reason, ruined something good, or repeated the same destructive habit. That's the shadow. It shapes your thoughts, reactions, and choices, and you don't even realize it. Jung warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. So you blame bad luck or karma. But maybe it's just your shadow taking the wheel. Facing the shadow is terrifying. It requires brutal honesty. You must admit what you've denied, look in the mirror, and confront your own darkness. Accept that there is a monster inside, and that monster is also you. But here's the liberating part. The shadow is not your enemy. It's an exiled part of your soul that longs to be reintegrated. Jung didn't believe in destroying the shadow. He believed in embracing it, transforming it into clarity and strength. Because what you reject drains you, and what you embrace empowers you. In the next part, we'll talk about what to do with your shadow, how to start the journey of real healing. Because just knowing it exists isn't enough. How you deal with it is what changes your life. You've come this far. You've met your shadow, acknowledged your disconnection, and now comes the hardest part: confrontation. Insight isn't enough. Real change requires action. Painful, raw, courageous action. You must walk through your inner hell with your eyes open. Jung said the path to the self is not for the faint of heart. Courage is not about being fearless. It's about moving forward despite the fear. Facing the unconscious means entering territory where your illusions collapse. You must drop the victim mask and own the part you play in your own suffering. That takes radical truth. What does this mean in real life? It means listening when your body protests. That knot in your stomach when you're with the wrong person. That chest tightness when you betray yourself. That exhaustion when you pretend to be happy. These aren't random. They are messages from your unconscious begging you to wake up. Start with small steps. Journal your dreams. Pay attention to emotional triggers. Identify patterns. Every disruption is a clue. Your unconscious speaks in symbols you must learn to read them, not with judgment, but with presence. One of the most powerful tools is shadow journaling. Write what you're too scared to say aloud, your darkest truths, your unspoken pain. When the silence breaks, the healing begins. Therapy can also be essential. Jung called the unconscious a living intelligence. It wants to heal you if you're willing to listen. So ask yourself, do you really want to stop suffering? Then stop running. Because the moment you stop and face your pain, it begins to change. And in that moment, you realize the pain was never your enemy. It was your guide. That's what we'll explore next, the purpose of pain and how it can become your greatest ally. Are you ready? Most people live trying to erase pain. Pills, parties, busy schedules, fake smiles, empty validation. All just masks. But here's the truth no one likes to hear. The more you run from pain, the more it hunts you. Because pain isn't here to punish you. It's here to guide you. Jung never saw suffering as a mistake. He saw it as a signal. Pain shows you what needs healing, what needs truth. It's your soul's SOS. Something has to change. Every ache carries a message. Every emotional breakdown is an encrypted code. You just have to stop treating pain as a threat and start seeing it as a compass. Think back to your life's biggest turning points. Did any of them happen in comfort? Probably not. Change is born in chaos. Real transformation begins in the fire. Jung said that suffering must be lived all the way through. Only then can it be overcome. Let's get practical. Imagine a person who's spent their life saying yes to please others, denying their own needs. Over time, they develop anxiety, fatigue, depression. Doctors can't find a cause, because the problem isn't physical, it's existential. Living a lie hurts, and it will keep hurting until the truth is faced. Or think of someone stuck in toxic relationship. Patterns: always feeling unworthy, always attracting abandonment. That's not bad luck. That's an old wound crying for attention. Until it's healed, pain will repeat itself. When you see pain as symbolic, everything changes. It stops being a punishment and becomes a path. It stops paralyzing you and starts moving you. And this brings us to responsibility. Because now you know ignoring your pain is ignoring yourself. Running from it is abandoning your truth. But if you have the courage to listen with presence, something opens, a doorway into peace, Not perfect peace, but integrated wholeness. In the next part, we'll explore this space, the other side of pain, the healing that comes not from avoiding, but from embracing what you once feared most. If this resonates, my ebook Beyond the Shadow offers tools to go deeper. You can find it linked below. After so much in a battle, something begins to shift. It's not loud. It doesn't come with lightning bolts. It comes like a quiet breeze. But it changes everything. It's the moment you stop resisting, and for the first time you feel whole. What does it mean to be whole? It means you stop fighting who you are. You stop performing. You stop chasing perfection. You stop pretending. Your anger, fear, shame, sadness, they're no longer enemies. They're your humanity. And when you accept them, you start to heal. Carl Jung called this individuation becoming fully yourself, not perfect, not special, just authentic. And authenticity is power, not loud power, but quiet, rooted power. This isn't about finding yourself. It's about becoming yourself. And only those who are willing to walk through the ruins of their soul can rebuild something real. At this point, you realize your pain no longer defines you. It shaped you, yes, but it doesn't own you. You see that every crisis had a purpose to strip away the lie, to guide you to truth. And now that you've seen the truth, you can't go back. You stop tolerating what once drained you. You say no without guilt. You say yes to yourself. This change is quiet but radical. It is not about becoming someone new, it is about ending the betrayal of who you've always been. And then you learn the ultimate truth. You never needed to be perfect to be loved. You just needed to stop rejecting yourself. The peace you searched for was always inside. But be careful. This is where many stop. The pain fades, life flows, and people settle. But there's one more step, the step Jung considered essential, turning healing into service. What will you do now that you're awake? How will you live now that you're aware? That's the final part. The conscious decision to live with responsibility, presence, and meaning. Because now, you know, you stayed. You listened. You faced what most run from. That already makes you rare. But now you have a choice. Continue repeating old patterns or rise above them. It doesn't matter what you've suffered. What matters is what you choose to do with it. Your pain can become your strength, your wounds, your wisdom, your trauma, the foundation of your freedom. But understand this, awareness comes with a cost. Once you see, you cannot unsee. The life you lived in ignorance is no longer available. You are being asked to live higher, and that means no more betraying yourself, no more excuses, no more waiting to be ready. No one ever is. All you need is a decision to show up, to act, to live awake. Because knowledge without action is just another lie. Jung said individuation is a lifelong journey. Maybe today was your first real step. You are not broken. You are becoming. Your suffering was never a punishment. It was a summons to come home to yourself. Now tell me what truth struck you the most in this video. Comment it below. Speak it aloud. Anchor it in words. Your voice might help someone else too. And if this message moved you, don't stop here. Watch the next video. Your journey continues there.